opening Netflix and seeing a show you'd never thought you'd watch, but somehow can't resist clicking? Or scrolling through TikTok and realizing it knows your next move before you do? AI isn't just personalizing, it's predicting. Bill Gates once said, "AI can be our friend. If we use it well, it can amplify our intelligence." But what happens when AI isn't just amplifying our intelligence, but shaping our very identity? This is the power of artificial intelligence on our daily lives. These platforms are designed to be convenient, and in many ways, they are. But here's the real question. Are we truly in control of our choices, or are we subtly guided by AI? Let's dive into the power of AI's personalization. Every app we use, from Spotify to Netflix, studies our habits. Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist is an excellent example. It compiles a list of songs that it thinks you'll like based on your previous listening habits, and it's often spot on. For me, there was a week where I was obsessed with upbeat, feel-good music. My entire Discover Weekly became filled with these happy and high-energy tracks. At first, I loved it. It was like the playlist was reading my mind. But after a while, I started to notice something strange. My recommendations became so predictable that I stopped finding anything new. AI was showing me what I liked, but it wasn't introducing me to anything different. This is the double-edged sword of personalization. While AI makes these services feel tailor-made for you, it also creates a bubble around you. Netflix may keep suggesting comedies if that's what you usually watch, but you might never discover that you actually enjoy thought-provoking documentaries or historical dramas. AI is efficient, yes, but it can confine us to a narrow comfort zone. The limitation I just mentioned leads me to an important concept called the filter bubble. This is when the algorithm shows you what it thinks you like, while filtering out everything else. If you dive into TikTok's political content, you might end up watching videos that reinforce only one side of the story. In 2020, researchers from the Technical Institute of Munich found that TikTok users were fed polarized political content within minutes, creating echo chambers that shaped their views without them even realizing. By doing so, TikTok subtly narrows your perspective. What about dance tutorials or discussions on global issues? They're there, but you won't see them unless the algorithm decides it's relevant to you. Here's a story to illustrate this. I remember a time when I got into the rabbit hole of art-related content on TikTok. For weeks, my entire feed was filled with painting techniques, digital art tips, and artist reviews. I really enjoyed it, but I realized I hadn't seen anything outside of that bubble. I had no idea what was trending or what was happening in other parts of the world. The algorithm had put me in a box, and I hadn't even noticed until much later. This isn't about what we consume for fun. It's about how we see the world. By filtering out content, AI limits the range of ideas and experiences we're exposed to, and over time, we may not realize what we're missing. AI doesn't just affect what we watch or what we listen to. It impacts our personal growth. Let's take education as an example. Apps like Duolingo or Khan Academy are great tools for learning. They use AI to adjust the difficulty of lessons based on how well you're doing. While these adjustments seem helpful, it may prevent you from confronting real challenges. I experienced this while using a language learning app. If I got a few answers wrong in a row, the app would adjust itself by giving me simpler phrases to translate. At first, I appreciated the breather, but I realized I wasn't progressing as quickly as I could have. AI in education is helpful, but it is essential that we recognize its limits. AI is only a tool, not a replacement for curiosity or a willingness to push ourselves. If there's one place where AI is particularly powerful, it's social media. Social media platforms are designed to trap you with breadcrumbs of entertainment. The algorithm figures out what you like and shows you more of it. For me, if I've planned to spend 5 minutes on Instagram, but I end up scrolling for an hour, that time didn't feel like a choice. It felt more like a trap. Social media isn't just influencing our choices. It's shaping our attention. So what can we do? AI is everywhere, and we can't avoid it. But what we can do is become more aware of its influence and take back some control over our choices. On Spotify, explore a genre or an artist that you've never heard of. On Netflix, search for a foreign film or a documentary instead of sticking with the trending list. Another way is to turn off features like autoplay. When you disable autoplay on YouTube, it forces you to make a conscious decision about what to watch next. These are small steps, but it helps regain control over your time and attention. Finally, many platforms allow you to reset or tweak the algorithm. For instance, on Spotify, you can reset your listening preferences so that your recommendations don't just reflect on your past habits. These tools exist, but most of us don't use them. Imagine a world where AI expands our horizons instead of shrinking them. A world where it can help us discover new books, learn new skills, and connect with people who think differently from us. But to achieve this, we need to use AI more responsibly. That starts with being curious and intentional. Let's ask ourselves, is this really what I want, or is it just what's easiest? AI is shaping our lives, but we hold the pen to our own story. Let's take back control, challenge ourselves, and make deliberate choices. Because in a world full of algorithm, our humanity is the ultimate decision maker. AI is a powerful tool, but tools are only as good as the hands that wield them. Every day, we make small choices, what to watch, read, or learn. Let's make these decisions intentionally. By stepping out of the comfort zone created by algorithms, we reclaim our ability to grow, connect, and shape AI's future to enrich our lives. The power to choose is ours. Let's use it wisely.